Have you ever wondered, as you hear about our New Testament text, what are these other readings that sometimes people mention? What about the ones at the bottom of the text where you see footnotes in your English Bibles that say other manuscripts read such and such? Well, actually, here at New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary at the Center for New Testament Textual Studies, we're studying exactly the information behind those notes. And we've created a massive database of about 17,000 pages that's going into a software module that provides the information from our Greek manuscripts about those differences in the text. And you'll find most all of those differences are actually not that consequential for our text at all, but we're showing all of them. Because you see, God has allowed us to have almost 6,000 New Testament manuscripts in Greek alone, much less in other languages. And so it would seem that we have a responsibility to study those manuscripts, and that's exactly what we're doing here at the Center for New Testament Textual Studies at New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. And so we've gone through these manuscripts. It takes us an average on, for example, a manuscript of the Gospel of John, about 50 hours to read one manuscript all the way through, and then to put the information down in a usable form. And we'll do that twice for each manuscript, and then we compile the manuscripts and we get the data and we put it in a usable format for people like you, for pastors and scholars to use, students to use. And that information is now compiled into a database that's available on some of the major Bible software programs, such as Accordance from Oak Tree Software and BibleWorks, another major software program that's fairly well known as well. And it'll be going into some other programs. You say, well, what type of information are you putting in? We're putting in all the information from the manuscripts. Well, how might it help us? Well, it helps in multiple ways. For example, suppose you wanted to see how some of the manuscripts differed from each other. Well, you can actually compare manuscripts with the information we have. Suppose you wanted to see, well, what are the additions that are made by some manuscripts? Most all of those additions are attempts to clarify the text. They're actually great early church commentaries on the text made by scribes and others who were having input into the manuscripts. And so we can look at those and see what their understanding of the text was. So it's almost like having 5,000 plus commentaries from the early church on our text to help clarify the meaning of the text. And so we have all of this compiled. We've put it together over a 9-year time period. And so we've created the critical apparatus of the New Testament made by the Center for New Testament Textual Studies. And we hope it'll be a tool that'll be a blessing not only to our students, to scholars, but to people worldwide for years to come.